Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'd like to present my mini proposal project. It's about fun English learning methods for children's learning process in elementary school. But before that, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Syukran. I'm from English Education 2019, Class A English Department, Faculty of Language and Literature, State University of Makassar. Well, directly we move to our materials today. The first one is chapter 1, Introduction. The first is background. In the teaching and learning process for children, what the teacher says and textbooks are not enough. In teaching English to young learners, teachers may find it challenging to motivate them to be active in the teaching and learning process. As Harmer states that children have a limited attention span, they can easily get bored and lose interest. They are expected to make students motivate and learning English with pleasure. Therefore, it is important to create fun learning methods so that they can motivate elementary school students to study for a long time. This can create a willingness to express ideas, motivations, new interests, and especially in learning English. Nowadays, teachers in teaching learning process must realize that education is not only about teaching, but about how a teacher should be able to create a fun learning atmosphere and implement learning by not only teaching it, but also directing students and shaping their character for the learning process itself. The application of fun learning methods plays an important role in exploring student potential. Learning for children need a method, strategy, and fertile learning climate in which the environment is conducive and fun for students who are uh, indeed in their infancy. Well, the next is problem statement. The first one is, what is the importance of creating a fun English learning method in elementary school? The next is, what are the fun English learning methods can be applied in English learning process? And the last one is, what are the impacts of fun learning in the learning process in elementary school? Well, we move to the next topic is what in this research the objective of the research is, the first one is to find out effective or fun English learning methods in English learning process in elementary school. The next is to find out what are the fun English learning methods for elementary school students, and the last one is to find out what is the impact of fun learning in learning process in elementary school. In this research, the significance are, first one is theoretically. This research is useful as a study material for fun English learning methods in the process of learning English for elementary school students. The next is, this research is expected to be the basis and reference materials for further research related to the fun English learning methods for elementary school students. The next is practically. Um, First one is, the results of this study are expected to be used as teaching materials in learning strategies in informal institution related to the appropriate and fun English learning methods to be applied in the English learning process for elementary school students. And the next is, it is hoped that the result of this study can provide input for the development process and knowledge of the Indonesian people in general and elementary school English teachers in particular. Well, the next is the scope of the research. The scope of this research includes all elementary school students. The study focuses on how fun and effective English learning methods or strategies are used in the teaching learning process for elementary school students. With the given learning method, it can attract the attention of elementary school students to learn English. Well, next is chapter 2, literature review. The first one is party and ideas. What we have to know is, the first one is English learning. English learning is a worldwide dialect in exceptionally informative. Indeed, can be said to be obligatory, particularly in early childhood. Since with English talking, children will learn to communicate with others. English lessons have been taught for a long time. Even many early childhood education institutions and kindergartens have started to introduce English. However, when Indonesian children enter school, English is officially resumed at the junior high school level and continued in high school, even in college. English is also given the early years of study. The next is learning method. According to the Hasby aesthetic, the learning method is a set of methods used to achieve, achieve certain goals in the learning process. While Abdurrahman Ginting stated that the learning method is a distinctive way for parents in utilizing various basic principles of education as well as various techniques and other related resources so that the learning process occurs in students. The last one is elementary school students. According to Suyanto, the young learners are the students of elementary school from the age of 6 until 12 years old. They can subdivide into two groups. There are younger groups, which is uh, 9 until 8 years old, and older groups, I mean 6 until 8 years old, and the older group is 9 until 12 years old. Well, the next is previously related findings. In this research, it's related with the effective of using fun activities of learning vocabulary at elementary school level by Farida Baifi. The next is developing English book for young learners using fun English games at elementary school student by Abdullah Fahri, and fun English language learning for kids by Yuli Khairul Ummah. And the last one is learning fun English using total physical response method by Zulia Karini. Well, we move to the conceptual framework. Um, uh, in this research, using fun learning methods to teach English is one effective way. By using fun learning method, it will increase student ability to memorize English words, encourage student interaction, improve their communicative skills, and of course, increase student motivation. Therefore, and therefore, it is necessary to use good learning methods or strategies at the elementary school level in order to increase student interest and reduce students' reluctance to learn English, as well as applying learning methods that can make students more active in learning process, which will greatly affect and increase in student interest in learning, especially learning English. Well, the last chapter is chapter 3. It's about research methodology. The first one is type of the research. In this study, we'll use quantitative methods, quantitative research with descriptive research type. Well, the next is data resources. This research will be conducted in two elementary schools in Batetangas village, Pulau Wali Mandar Vigansi, West Sulawesi Province. The two schools are SDN 012 Kanang and MEDDI Kanang. The two research sites were chosen because they are very easy to visit by researchers without spending a lot of money. This research will be carried out this year for approximately 2 months. The next is research design. The design of this research is descriptive quantitative research. The aim is to provide information, facts, even systematically and accurately about fun learning methods at elementary school level. The choice of this method is expected to provide an overview of the learning of English learning method of the two elementary school in village of Batanga. While technique of collecting data was carried out to obtain the information needed to achieve the research objective, in the study, the researchers used the data collection methods in the form of observation, and interviews. Well, the next is technique of data analysis. The the first one is descriptive statistical analysis. In this research, descriptive statistical analysis is used to analyze data. Uh, if we describe the data that has been collected in accordance with the actual situation, research in this type usually just tries to uncover and descriptive the result his research. Inferential statistical analysis is used to determine the extent to suitability between the results obtained from the sample with the population result. And the next is validity test. It's used to measure the valid or not valid an interview carried by the others to the respondents. An interview can be said valid if the question that has been proposed to be able to express something that is valid by adjusting the condition that exists in the course of English course. So that's all my presentation about my mini proposal project. I hope you can understand. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.